Hello, everyone, and welcome to Mission Report, the Nintendo News Show. This is episode number 4. My name is James, and today I have 7 different items to discuss with you. The first one that I want to talk about is something that I haven't seen anybody talking about. Maybe it's just because of the circles I'm in. First one, though, I saw on the Nintendo Today calendar that tomorrow, the day after I'm recording this, there is a Tomodachi Life Direct about the new upcoming Tomodachi Life game. It is scheduled to be at 8 a.m. my local time. I'm going to watch it, but I'm not going to do a special video about it. So far, Tomodachi Life doesn't look very interesting to me. I think that the characters and the way that they like bebop around and stuff are hilarious, but it doesn't really look like a game that I would enjoy. I do look forward to hearing people talk about it. I know a lot of people are very excited about it. I think it's reasonable to expect that at this direct tomorrow we get a release date. But I guess that's all that I have to say about the Tomodachi Life Direct. Number 2, Virtual Boy on Nintendo Switch Online got a brand new trailer. I saw the trailer first in the Nintendo Today app, and they gave us the starting lineup of 7 games, which is Galactic Pinball, 3D Tetris, Tolero Boxer, I think is the way that one is said, Wario Land, The Mansion of Innsmouth, Golf, and Red Alarm. They also outlined a couple of the features that are going to be available in the Virtual Boy catalog. And they specifically highlighted the rewind feature and then the option to view and change the controls. I didn't see them mention anything about the save states and stuff, but I think if there's rewind, surely there's also going to be save states. I feel like save states is the easier one of those two things to implement. So yeah, they also mentioned 9 other games that are going to be coming out in 2026 onto the Virtual Boy Nintendo Switch Online, which I think is pretty interesting that they're already supporting it quite a bit. They mentioned Mario Clash, Mario Tennis, Jack Brothers, Space Invaders Virtual Collection, Virtual Bowling, Vertical Force, and V Tetris. But then they also mentioned 2 games that were developed for the Virtual Boy and previously unreleased. One of them is Zero Racers, which I actually just learned is an F-Zero game, and then a game called D-Hopper that I actually don't know anything about. And they also mentioned there's a feature where you can change the color of the images and stuff. You might remember that on the Virtual Boy, all of the everything was always red. That it was always in one color because of limitations of the technology and stuff. And so if you have the plastic headset, not the cardboard one that they're going to be selling for $100, you're going to have the option to change out a little insert to play it in a different color, which I think is interesting. Personally, I'm not super interested in the Virtual Boy stuff. If anybody that I know in real life gets one, I might ask them if I could borrow it and play around with it. But I'm not interested in paying $100 for a piece of plastic to stick my Switch into. And I'm also not interested in the $20 piece of cardboard that does the same thing. Yeah. Oh, and then at the end of the new trailer, they mentioned that the Virtual Boy on Nintendo Switch Online will be available February 17th. And so the headsets and stuff will come out that same day. And so that's pretty interesting. I don't think I'll be checking it out unless something really crazy happens or I like really, really, really need stuff to make videos about. Number 3, 3 new Amiibo have been announced for the Super Mario series. All 3 of them are related to Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and they are Captain Toad and Talking Flower, Elephant Mario, and Poplin and Prince Florian. They are going to be coming out of March 26th, which is a new date, and that's also going to be the same date that the Switch 2 edition of Mario Wonder comes out. So that's pretty exciting. I'm not super excited in the Switch 2 edition of Super Mario Bros. Wonder. I think the Switch 1 version is really great, and it seems like a lot of the added stuff that they're adding with the Switch 2 version, like the meetup at Bellabelle Park, is going to focus mostly on like multiplayer and stuff, which isn't really for me. But I would be lying if I said I wasn't going to get these Amiibos. I love Amiibo. I understand that they are wildly overpriced now. But I still really like them. I like to put them on a shelf. I like to use them in my backdrop here. And these 3 new Amiibo that they've announced are going to be $25 each, which I don't remember how much the Metroid Prime 4 Amiibo were, but I feel like even at $25, like, even me as, like, a hardcore Amiibo fan, I'm, like, kind of questioning it a little bit. Like, man, should I just, like, kind of wait for them to, like, not sell and then, like, go on sale? So, yeah. 3 new Amiibo. That's exciting to me. That's pretty exciting. Oh, and then I also, yeah, that's all actually about that. I don't have anything else to say about that right now. The thing I was going to say I'm going to talk about later with a different item. Number 4, the Super Mario Galaxy movie got a new trailer. I first saw this trailer in the Nintendo Today app, and apparently there was a 5-minute Super Mario Galaxy movie direct, which was basically 30 seconds of Miyamoto talking, followed by a 2-minute trailer, followed by another, like, 2 minutes of Miyamoto talking. And I don't really think they needed to do this in a direct like that. But anyway, that's not what this news item is about. The news item is about the trailer. And this new trailer, it's a 2-minute trailer. It shows off Yoshi for the very first time. And I think the design of Yoshi is really good. I think it pretty much looks exactly how you would expect Yoshi to be translated into this, like, Illumination style. And then there was a cool new poster for the game that featured, I think, Mario riding Yoshi with like a galaxy in the background or something like that. And then finally, most importantly, they have announced that the movie is coming out April 1st. So a little over 2 months away for the Super Mario Galaxy movie. And I think that's about all I have to say about that. I am planning, as of this moment, on going and seeing that movie in theaters. I don't make it out to the movie theater a lot. I don't really like it as much as I used to. But I did. This morning, I texted my wife and I told her, hey, the Super Mario Galaxy movie comes out April 1st. We should probably go and see it in theaters. And she said, okay. Anyway, let's move on. Number 5, Donkey Kong Country Returns HD got a free update. I learned about this from the Nintendo Today app. But I think Nintendo was also talking about it on like Twitter and some of their other sources and stuff. Anyway, this new free update adds Dixie Kong to the game, and I guess I'm not really sure if Dixie Kong is new content. I would imagine that Dixie Kong would have been in the original game and then just like not included, but it kind of looks like Dixie Kong is basically like an easy mode that when you do your like double jump or something, if you have Dixie Kong with you, you can kind of like, it's more of like your second jump is more of like a flutter type thing. So I would imagine it makes it a little bit easier. It also said that with Dixie Kong, you can have two players play at the same time, where one of you would control Donkey Kong and one of you would control Dixie Kong. I honestly don't know if you could have done that with Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong, but if you could, I don't know why they would have highlighted it like that. The game is also now going to have game share, so if you want to play multiplayer with somebody, only one of you, I think it has to be local, but I think only one of you has to own the game. So, which is kind of nice, which means that if I buy the game, my wife and I could each play on our own Switches without having to buy the game twice, which is nice. They also announced a turbo attack mode, which seems like you're just going to be doing like a speed challenge in specific levels. Better resolution on Switch 2 is another thing that they announced. And then, and it was available now at the time that the trailer came out. This one actually came this one came January 20th. And I think, so January 20th was the day that I recorded my last episode of Mission Report. And so I'm thinking that they announced it like later in the day after I had recorded, and that's probably how it didn't make it into the last episode. But yeah, Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. I've not played Donkey Kong Country Returns. I never played it on Wii, and I didn't play it on Switch. I did check out some of the Donkey Kong Country games on Nintendo Switch Online, and I would like to revisit those. I wasn't having a ton of fun with them, but I also really, really, really overused the save states and the rewind feature to the point where it was like I was barely even playing the game. And it didn't actually feel triumphant when I was doing anything. It just felt like I was overcoming like a minor annoyance or something. But I would like to play Donkey Kong Country Returns HD eventually. There's no way that I do that before I've played Donkey Kong Country 1, 2, and 3. And then I would also eventually like to get to Tropical Freeze, which I think people say might be the best Donkey Kong Country game. But I know all 5 of those games are supposed to be pretty hard. Like, they make the Mario platformers seem like baby's first platformer, which, I mean, maybe that's me. Maybe I am baby. Anyway, I'm not really saying anything else. Let's keep moving. Number 6, Mario Kart World got a free update. Lots of free updates today. This one I actually saw in the Nintendo, in the store app, the Nintendo Store mobile app news section. So had to get all that there. The main thing here is that they've added a teams mode for Knockout Tour that you can play with 2, 3, or 4 teams, and Knockout Tour has 24 players. So for 2, 3, or 4 teams, you would have 12 8 or 6 players per team. And it looks pretty cool from the thing, and the scoring was kind of interesting too, that it's not just about who wins the overall thing. It's like every single place will get a certain number of points, and then and so it kind of encourages like every single person to do like as well as they can. It said that would be available local with other players or online, and I couldn't find anything about it limiting a party size. If it's like, sometimes they'll say like, oh, you and 4 friends, to where like if you're playing with 4 teams, you would all be on like different teams. So I couldn't find anything about that. So it's possible that you and your 23 closest friends that also own Nintendo Switch 2s could all play Knockout Tour together in one like massive group, which would be crazy. And I doubt that it actually can do that. But this one was also, at the time of the trailer, was available now, and it was announced January 21st. And that brings us to our final point of conversation. Number 7. A new Lego set has been announced. I think this is like, it's possible that I've talked about Nintendo Legos in every single episode so far. Anyway, this new Lego set features Mario. It's a Mario Kart Lego set, and it is called Mario Kart, Mario and Standard Kart. Which kind of leads me to believe that they're going to have, that they're going to make more Mario Kart inspired sets with other characters and other karts. This set number is 72037. It has 1,972 pieces, which I think comes out to about 8 cents per Lego, which is cheap for Legos. Usually they're in like the 10, they're in like the 9, 10, 11 cent range. But anyway, this was, I didn't write down when this was announced, but it was available now, right away, as soon as they said it. And it seems a little strange to me that the other Lego sets that they've been announcing, you have to like pre-order and stuff, and then this one is just available like right away, like you don't have to pre-order it. It's possible that they just think that the demand for a Mario Kart Lego set is going to be so high that they don't mind having them, like so many of them, that they're readily available. Whereas maybe with the like Pokemon Legos and the Zelda, the Ocarina of Time Final Battle Lego set, like maybe they don't want to make as many of them because they don't really know what the crossover would be between like Lego fans and like Ocarina of Time. But I don't know. That's just kind of me kind of speculating there. And then it is available for $170. And from the pictures, it looks like this thing is pretty big. I will not be getting this Lego set. I'm not a huge Mario Kart fan. I don't have anywhere to put this thing. As of right now, the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time Final Battle is the only Lego set for me. And guys, that is all that I have for today. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks for checking out this episode of Mission Report. Until next time, the best way to keep up with me is right here on YouTube and on Instagram at James_Solar. Once again, thanks for watching, and I will see you next mission.